forewarn you that we're about to enter a land of very bad jokes, but if you could please laugh anyway. So, alright. Welcome, administrators, teachers, family, and friends. On behalf of the class of 2015, I'd like to thank you all for coming tonight and for all of your support throughout these past 4 years of high school. We wouldn't be here without any of you. In theory, I would tip my hat to you, but I didn't think I was allowed to take it off. But I'm just going to keep it on still because I didn't know I could take it off and that joke would be gone if I hadn't said it yet. So, hello, class of 2015. Today's gone, we're finally here, and all for the same reason, because if we didn't make it here, we'd have to face the wrath of our parents. So, everybody just take a deep breath in and out. We made it. Seriously, though, congratulations. I'm not really sure that any of us fully understand what this accomplishment means. I mean, Benjamin Franklin didn't get his high school diploma, and even though the times were a little bit different, the guy invented electricity, so just imagine what we can do. Really quickly, I just want to say a few thank yous to the people who have made a difference in my life. So, to any teacher here that I've ever had, thank you for guiding me, for teaching me, and for generally putting up with me and my stress. And my mom. To the administrators, thank you for your support and for making Chapman a safe place for us to all come and learn. To the pride, which is the band, for those of you who don't know. Thank you for 6 amazing years of my life. I'm going to miss each and every one of you every single day. To my friends, thank you for telling me all the time how terrible I am, and for always being there when I need you. It's because of you guys that I don't have a big head, and for that I will forever be grateful. To my family and my parents, thank you for always supporting me, and for always being proud of me, for coming to every band competition, and for encouraging me to follow all of my dreams, no matter how dumb they seem. I love you. Lastly, I want to thank God for everything that He's done for me these past 18 years. It's because of Him that I'm standing here today, and it would be foolish of me to pretend otherwise. Now, for those of you who don't know me, and unfortunately I didn't get to know all of you while we were here, I'm not a super emotional person, and sometimes I refer to myself as a robot because it takes a lot to make me sad. But I think we can all agree that today, as great as it is, it's also a pretty sad day too. We've come so far as a group of teenagers who really didn't have a clue what they were doing when they walked into this building for the first time, to the sounds of, it's 21 and we just begun. I'm not going to sing any more of that because 1, I'm not sure there are more words, and 2, I think we've all heard that enough for a lifetime, or more. Now, technically, I'm supposed to talk about our futures, and I'll get to that, I swear. But I think it's important that we remember everything we've been through together. Ultimately, those are the experiences that have made us who we are, and they've shaped the path that we all want to walk down as we leave here today. We all sat in that very first freshman class, scared out of our minds because we heard the freshman year was no joke. We all spent sophomore year thinking we owned the school because we finally had everything figured out, when in reality, we had only really figured out which classes were on which hallways. At least, most of us had figured that out by then. The past 2 years, however, have been quite a blur, most likely because of the senioritis we've had since, like, 4 years ago. And, well, I mean, most of us have. So, junior year, we were stressed because we didn't know what we were going to do after today. And now that we're here, we can all kind of breathe that collective sigh of relief because we finally have it somewhat figured out. Maybe. Bad news is, we're going to have all of those experiences again starting next year. My first piece of advice, don't let that stop you. Don't be afraid of your first college professor or of your first boss. Hold strong. If you couldn't handle what they were throwing your way, you wouldn't have made it to them in the first place. Miss McClure says it best. They want to scare you off. Give it a few days, or maybe even a couple of weeks, and everything will be all right. Now, if you weren't aware, I'm in a band. And one of the things that I've learned from that is that sometimes you have to give everything 100%. Even then, sometimes it isn't enough. Sometimes you just sort of have to stop expecting. You see, we're not just leaving Chapman today, we're being thrown out into the real world. And in the real world, we're not going to be guaranteed anything just because we work hard. And that leads me to my second piece of advice. When that happens, keep trying. Do whatever it takes to find a way. You can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs. And in line with that really cliche line, I am a terrible chef. And I can't make an omelet to save my life, literally. However, is someone going to make one better than me? Clearly. But only 9 times out of 10. And for that one chance that I make the best omelet in the world, I've got to keep cooking. That doesn't mean that you should just give up. There's always an opportunity that you are going to succeed. And as long as you don't give up, you're never going to lose. Don't let a missed opportunity or a missed promotion or a missed grade define you. Keep pushing. You're in charge of your future, so give it everything you have. The third piece of advice I have is to have faith. For me, that means having faith every day that God is going to lead me down the right path, and that I don't always have to be afraid of what's around the corner. But that isn't all it means. It's important that we have faith in our own abilities. We've all been equipped with different skills, and we all have our own individual purposes. Have faith that you won't let yourself down. The minute you decide you can do something is the minute you lose the ability to do it. Have faith that all the hours you spend in Coach Grambling's weightlifting class training to be a better athlete will pay off. I mean, clearly I can't speak from personal experience, but I have faith that it will work off for all of you. Have faith that the many hours you spend practicing a piece of music or that part for a play will prepare you to go above and beyond later in life. Have faith that all of the time you spend studying will help you make a better grade. Have faith that even though life after high school is tough, you have all of the tools necessary to succeed. I believe that we can, will win, and all of you should too. Fourthly, which in hindsight I'm not really sure is a word, call home once in a while. After all, you spent the past 18 years of your life seeing your family every day. So even if college is a blast, and even if your job makes you super busy, call your mom or dad or any relative, really, at least once a week. I know that's probably asking too much, and I'm ready to get out of the house as much as the next guy will leave you. But how many of us can actually do wrong by ourselves? Please don't let me be the only one. My final piece of advice, I know, I'm not done already, sheesh, sorry, is to have fun. I'll be the first to tell you that being serious all the time is not fun, and it's probably not healthy either. So if you remember anything that I say tonight, make sure it's that. Am I saying forget education and go to every party you possibly can? No. And if I did, none of you would believe me, and my mom would probably call the cops looking for whoever it was that kidnapped me. What I am saying is to live your life to the fullest. Make new friends, go to new places, and make a difference. Be the change you want to see in the world. No, I ain't come up with that one. That was Gandhi. I'm sorry, writing a speech is hard. As you leave this school, this city, this state, or even this country, remember this day. Remember how this feels. Your future is bright because you are bright. We all are. And just like I'll always be a member of the Pride, we'll always be Panthers. We'll always have each other's backs. So don't be afraid. Soar and wings like eagles, and you'll go far. Thank you once again for listening. I hope I didn't bore anybody too much. I know I can be a little long-winded. Just remember, class of 2015, you'll always be Panthers. And it's always a great day to be a Panther.